The NDP has released an email they say was sent by the candidate who's standing right behind you, Roshan Nalarathiram, in which he tells somebody not to, quote, do anything nasty campaigning against me. Also, quote, I will teach you a lesson after the election. What did he mean by that?
Well, I haven't seen that, but let's be very clear. You know, elections get heated, and we're staying positive. We're staying positive on this campaign.
And the election's just a few days away, and PC leader Doug Ford responding to yet another allegation against one of his candidates, as you heard there, Scarborough-Guildwood's Roshan Nalarathiram. The NDP flagging an email that it claims was sent by Nalarathiram to dozens of potential constituents. The NDP alleges he was responding in the email about why he wasn't going to any of the debates in that riding. And in it, he allegedly calls the recipient an epithet and says, quote, don't do nasty campaign against me. I will teach the lesson after election, end quote. While not going on camera today, Nalarathiram did issue a statement. In it, it reads in parts, I did not send the email in question. The email is a fabrication from an account that does not belong to me. I have not been contacted by Toronto Police Services regarding this matter. I understand that every complaint made is reviewed, but again, I have not been contacted. Now, as you saw in the original clip from Doug Ford, Nalarathiram was at the event, standing in the background there. He is a Toronto police officer, and police today confirming that Nalarathiram is the subject of an investigation by the Professional Standards Unit. The NDP today quick to pounce.
Let's remember, though, Mr. Ford also has none other than 10, or no less than 10 different kinds of investigations going into ongoing into a number of his candidates, and that's something I think that troubles most Ontarians.
Coming up with all these allegations that have been flying and investigations, we'll talk to Jim Warren, our political expert, about what kind of an impact they are having on the campaign. All right, you know, you'll see people coming in on Thursday, of course, going to vote, and one of the decisions I'll have to make is which party to choose, maybe amongst all the scandals and investigations that are going on right now. The most recent, Roshan Nalarathiram. He's the Scarborough-Guildwood candidate for the PCs, and he's a police officer, but he was coming under fire for an email the NDP released today that he allegedly sent, according to the NDP. In it, he swears and threatens somebody who was asking why he didn't go to a debate. Now, again, these are all unfounded allegations. So we talked to Jim Warren, our political expert, about what kind of an impact all these scandals involving the candidates, will they have an impact on the election?
The scandals and controversy knock the leaders off their message, but it really doesn't knock them off their game. And so we saw in the 2011 election an NDP member of parliament actually get elected while she's on vacation in Las Vegas. So really, when people go into the ballot box, they're usually thinking about the leader first, the party second, and the candidate third. So in a very tight race, it can have a small impact, but really in the big picture, someone's going to become premier based on them and their party rather than the local candidates.
So really, could anything happen this week that could change this race?
Well, in such a tight, close race where every vote matters, every candidate matters, it could have a minimal impact. But I think at the end of the day, the bigger impact on the campaign is Andrea Horwath spends time defending her policies and defending her candidates rather than going on the attack after Kathleen Wynne. And so that's where we see the political dynamics take place, is when someone's on their heels on the defense, they're not getting sort of hitting out of the ballpark and trying to win the campaign.
And Doug Ford is just through most of all this, they've tried to keep him hidden almost. Well,
it's sort of where's Waldo with Doug Ford, and he's got Christine Elliott with him at all times for adult supervision. It's quite remarkable. That being said, it's an effective strategy. I give 10 out of 10 to the Tory war room here. They've got him under tight wraps. You see him very limited. He's declining media interviews. And so, again, the Tories are popular because of their party and their candidates and the platform, not so much a leader, whereas the NDP, we see the total opposite strategy. They're popular because of their leader.
One other note on Nalarathiram. Now, he did release a statement today saying he did not send the email in question, calling it a fabrication. He said police hadn't contacted him yet. He is a police officer here in Toronto, and Toronto Police did confirm that he is the subject of an investigation by the Professional Standards Unit.